What is up, A to Z Sports? Sam Phelan coming at you with a Titans camp live, Titans practice live just outside of St. Thomas Sports Park here in Nashville, Tennessee. The Titans just wrapped up OTAs. The veterans are in the building. I came at you guys last time talking about rookie minicamp. We got our first look at Peter Skoronski, Will Levis, Tajay Spears, and the Titans rookie class. All those guys were out there and on the field today, but they were alongside some Titans veterans. Ryan Tannehill, Malik Willis on the same field as Will Levis. So we'll talk about how the quarterbacks looked. We'll talk about who wasn't here for the Titans, a couple notable veteran players that were not involved in the OTAs. And we'll talk about the position group that I feel like stole the show and really thrived throughout the day here on a absolutely beautiful Tuesday, May 23rd here at Titans OTAs. But this version of Titans Live is brought to you guys by Nashville Super Speedway. Nashville Super Speedway is coming up June 23rd to 25th. NASCAR is back in Nashville at the Super Speedway, and tickets are going fast. Visit NashvilleSuperspeedway.com to go ahead and get your tickets. We're also brought to you by Holiday World. Holiday World recently voted the top water park in the Midwest. Get tickets at holidayworld.com. Okay, so let's talk Titans OTAs. We had the veterans in the building with the rookies, everybody all under the same roof. First look at all the free agent signings on the field. First look at the rookie class with the vets. But really, something that stood out to me off the bat wasn't anybody on the field. It's who was not on the field, who was not in the building, who was not at OTAs. Keep in mind, these are mandatory, or not mandatory. These are voluntary. So guys don't have to be here if they don't want to. Some guys like to do their own training regiments or whatever and stay home. One person who was not here is Kevin Byard. We know what happened with the veteran safety over the offseason, with the Titans asking Byard to take a pay cut, potentially some hurt feelings there. Things are not great between the Titans and Kevin Byard, and his status for the 2023 season still remains up in the air as we try and see what the Titans are going to do with his salary cap hit, with the payroll. Byard was very vocal to me when I spoke to him at the end of last season, saying, I want to be a Tennessee Titan for life. I want to retire here. He has been an exemplary Titan. Everything this organization and this logo behind me stands for is synonymous with Kevin Byard, but he's not at OTAs. Why is that? Well, I think it might just be Kevin wanting to do his own thing right now, wanting to create space while this situation gets worked out. But not having him here might affect some of these younger guys on the defense. It's a very young group, from the defensive backs to the safeties to really just the whole group in the secondary as a whole. Kevin Byard is the loud voice that all of these guys listen to and look to for leadership. Defensive coordinator Shane Bowen spoke to the media at the podium, mentioned how while he has faith in Kevin's ability to prepare, while he knows that Kevin will come back into the building in shape, working out, being Kevin Byard, because he knows what to do and he knows how to train, they are still missing his presence. They're missing his leadership in the locker room. And for some of these young guys, that could potentially be big. We then talked to Jeffrey Simmons after OTAs and asked Big Jeff, you're the leader on the defensive line, but with Kevin being another one of the veterans that means so much to this defense, what does it mean to not have him here? And here is Big Jeff speaking out about his fellow defensive captain.
Maybe it's the young guy that would benefit maybe from his leadership here. Would you agree with that?
I know KB reached out to these guys. I'm sure they're in the group message, just like when I was rehabbing, I went out there with them guys. We in the group message. I'm sure they talked to KB outside of the building. Even Gary just got back. I'm sure he talked to Tajay, guys like that. When we talk about leadership, it's not about just what everyone sees. We not just on the field. KB is a leader, not just the stuff he do on the field. And even with the charity event he do, it's guys that he probably didn't even know was coming. They showed up. So I think that's how much we respect KB as a leader. We know how much he means to this team. Guys respect KB, even the guys who haven't met KB personally in person yet. I'm sure he didn't reach out to them guys. Like I said, they in group message and stuff like that. So, I know how much he means to this team with his leadership and his play. I'm sure I see him posting when he's working out. So, we know he's working hard, and minicamp in 2 weeks, so I'm sure he'll be here for minicamp.
So that is Big Jeff talking about Kevin Byard, who is not here at Titans OTAs. The head coach also spoke about what's going on with KB. Have you talked to him at all? Have you kept that line of communication open? Mike Vrabel seemingly not quite as worried. He seems to think this is a little bit of a smaller deal. He talked to Kevin Byard at a very interesting place very recently. Here's the head coach.
Keep in touch with him, kind of see what he's doing to kind of keep abreast with how he's.
Yeah, saw him at the golf course on Sunday. Looks great. Had a great conversation. So that was fun.
Do you expect him to be here at OTAs?
I would expect him at some point in time, yeah.
How about Christian Fulton? Coach, is he here? Or?
Nope.
Okay.
Aaron Brewer has a new role.
So Mike Vrabel, he spoke to Kevin Byard at the golf course on Sunday. That was the message from the head coach, who expects to have Kevin in the building at some point, whether that's OTAs or mini camp that's approaching later next month. But he does not seem all that worried at this point that Kevin Byard not being here is going to be a major deal for the Titans. There is somebody, though, that wasn't here that I think is more serious than Kevin Byard not being in the building, and that's Christian Fulton. Christian Fulton, we know, has not been in great standing with the Titans coaching staff. That's the vibe that I've gotten, and that has been given off to me from this building. Between Christian Fulton's soft tissue injuries, the reoccurring problems he has had on that front, and, the Titans were very clear. Mike Vrabel was very clear in calling him out at the season-ending press conference, saying, we have to figure out a way to train. Mike Vrabel wanted Christian Fulton to be among the guys that builds the callus. He talked about building the callus and, working up to get to a point where you are not as prone to injury, that you don't just quit at the sign of a first blister or a first pain. Well, that's what they've been doing, really, since people got into the building here at OTAs. That's what they've been doing all summer, all off season, with the rigorous workouts that many of the veterans and newcomers have spoken about. But Christian Fulton is not here. An interesting choice for Fulton, who we know probably has to get himself back into the good graces of the coaches, prove that he can get healthy and be healthy to opt out of these voluntary OTAs at this point. So we are going to talk about the guy that you see down here at the bottom of your screen, Malik Willis, the Titans' second-year quarterback, third-round pick back in 2022. How did he look on the same field with Ryan Tannehill and Will Levis? I'll show you some videos of Malik from earlier today and give you my opinion on that. But before I do, I want to talk to you guys about my friends over at the Nashville Super Speedway, because NASCAR is back in Nashville June 23rd to 25th at Nashville Super Speedway, and tickets are going fast, from your favorite drivers to your favorite country singers, including award-winning artist Parker McCollum. Nashville's premier race weekend has it all, and this year's NASCAR Cup Series will be under the lights and in primetime. That's the best way to do racing, with live performances on the Fan Zone stage all weekend, premium spaces to bring your race experience to the next level, line dancing, a mechanical bull, and so much more. There's something for the whole family during Nashville Super Speedway's triple header race weekend. 3 races, triple header. Rackley Roofing 200, that's the Truck Series race on Friday night, June 23rd. The Tennessee Lottery 250 is on Saturday afternoon, June 24th. And the NASCAR Cup Series race, the Ally 400, June 25th, Sunday night in Nashville. Grab your tickets. Visit NashvilleSuperspeedway.com right now. Okay, let's talk Malik Willis. He was on the same field as Ryan Tannehill and Will Levis. We got to look at all 3 quarterbacks, take a look at 3 QBs doing the same drill during today's OTA practice. You see the Titans' 3 quarterbacks there, kind of the order they went in for most of the day, with Tannehill going first. Malik was up second. Levis was third. No real surprise. Mike Vrabel told us after Will Levis was drafted that he would come in as the 3 and have to work his way up and prove himself some seniority at play there. But overall, I think today was a very good day for Malik Willis. I definitely noticed a difference in Malik at this time last year to what I saw out of Malik Willis today. He was a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident. I thought he threw with more precision and accuracy in some of the individual periods and throwing drills that they did. Just some visible strides. Now, there are questions attached with Malik. Can he do it at speed? Because this has been the biggest knock of Malik Willis's game since he was drafted by the Titans, and really one area that we didn't see a ton of development in last year is how is he able to do it at speed? Can he, one, see it and diagnose where the football needs to go, and two, get his body in timing in order to deliver that ball? And you see that deep shot there at the end, letting it air out, is the second-year quarterback. So those are questions that really won't be answered until training camp when you're running some more live situations, and then obviously the preseason games when we can see Malik going against defenses that have the pads on. But there is marginal improvement. Do I think Malik is guaranteed a spot on this 53-man roster? Absolutely not. He is going to have to earn absolutely everything. And with as crowded as that QB room has gotten, it's going to be an uphill battle. Does the new bylaw passed by the NFL help him? I think marginally, but I don't think it guarantees anything. I can say straight up, though, Malik noticeably improved from when I saw him go through these same drills and these same practices at this time last year. But what about position groups? There's one position group that actually stood out to me today. Me and Austin Stanley, Buck Rising, we were out here watching live periods. We were watching drills, and a very surprising position group shined for the Titans. Before I tell you guys about them, I want to make sure I can tell you guys about Holiday World. That's right, Holiday World recently voted the top water park in the Midwest. Holidays in the Sky, that's the hits. Holidays in the Sky Drone and Fireworks Spectacular is coming up from June 17th to July 30th. It's bigger and better than ever with one-of-a-kind 15-minute drones celebrating all your holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and the 4th of July with huge animated light displays. They have a one-of-a-kind 15-minute show, a DJ and a dance party before the show, soft drinks, parking, and sunscreen. Holidays in the Sky is free with admission to the park. And what about that park? Well, it just has some award-winning rides like the Thunderbird, the Voyage, and 3 wooden coasters that are all in the top 25 wooden coasters in the world, according to Golden Ticket's Water Coaster Capital of the World. So go visit holidayworld.com and get your tickets. Fun for the whole family at Holiday World and holidayworld.com. All right, let's talk position groups. One group that I think shine, Bork says, might be trolling and saying kickers. No, it's not the kickers. And it's surprising. The reason I say surprising is because the two leaders that I mentioned earlier that were not here, Christian Fulton and Kevin Byard, were not a part of the secondary. And yet I thought the Titans secondary looked very, very good today. Some live reps, some 7-on-7, and really anything down the field was contested. A lot of pressure, good stuff from Elijah Molden, good stuff from Roger McCreary, good stuff from Josh Thompson, and very good stuff out of Sean Murphy-Bunting, the recent signee cornerback for the Titans. Really something that Shane Bowen harped on when speaking to the media before practice was that this season is all about preventing X plays, trying to have substantial improvement in that area, which we all know was something the Titans struggled to do in 2022. Let's hear from Tennessee's defensive coordinator about his unit.
I think, going back to our bye week from last year, early in the year, it was the X plays. Like the explosive passing plays killed us. That's something we got to get corrected. We got to start out the gate trying to limit those, make these offenses earn it and drive the field. That's one area. Continuing to enhance our pass coverage. Obviously not good enough. And we saw a lot more passes than any other team. I think we're close to over 50 more passes against us than any other team, whether that's attributed to teams wanting to throw the ball on us because they had success or us being able to stop the run. But we got to continue to enhance it, and we got to improve our pass coverage, whatever the scheme is, just our execution. And with that comes the rush. Obviously, it's all tied together, but that's another big area of focus for us.
How much of that
That is Shane Bowen talking about the Titans secondary and looking to prevent explosive plays in the 2023 season. I see some comments rolling in. Mr. Jones wanting to know, is Harold Landry on the field? Harold Landry was not on the field. He was not present for today's OTAs. So still waiting on our first look from Landry returning from the ACL. I saw Corey Nichols asked about Caleb Farley, who is still injured and recovering. So medical reasons for Caleb Farley not to be out there. So you were missing some pieces of the secondary. But like I said, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Josh Thompson, Trey Avery was out there. Roger McCreary was out there. Elijah Molden working, and some really, really good stuff all around, keeping the pressure deep. New secondary coach Chris Harris fired up. He was kind of standing back on deep into the defensive backfield and clapping up, giving high fives, giving fist bumps, and yelling throughout a lot of these reps. That's how good his secondary was performing. A lot of this does start up front. Harold Landry, I think, is going to be huge for the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons mentioned that to the media before practice began, just saying, hey, we take this thing personally as the front four. We're closer to the football than anybody else. So you can point at an explosive play and say, well, why are the defensive backs messing that up? But if we're on the quarterback, he has less time to throw and we can make things happen. That's the message for the Titans entering this season. Prevent explosive plays and find dynamic ways to create explosive plays on offense. If they can do that, they'll be in a much better spot than they were this time last year. We're going to have these Titans practice updates and live shows coming right here from St. Thomas Sports Park all throughout May and June as we get more looks during OTAs and mini camp. We can check out more Ryan Tannehill and Will Levis stuff, get deeper into the quarterback position battle. Tajay Spears had a very good day. I didn't even mention him. We can talk about the Titans running back, their third-round pick in 2023, and how he complements Derrick Henry in the Titans offense. So there's a lot of things still to keep your eyes out for and a lot of reasons to join us here at A to Z Sports. Check out A2ZSports.com for written updates and articles covering the Titans, these press conferences, and everything that has to do with your favorite team. Want to thank Holiday World. I want to thank the Nashville Super Speedway. Hopefully you guys join me next time. Sam Phelan for A to Z Sports. We'll see you.